Thank you for joining in, and for today's video, this is what I'm going to be showing you how to create today. And there's a few colors that I mixed. They're pretty basic. I have a few different blues there and some green. And the tubes over here, let's see, the main one was a brilliant blue, a phthalo blue. There's a tiny bit of like a turquoise if you have that available, and of course some white, a tiny bit of black, and then you can see there are a few different sizes for the brushes because you're going to need some tiny ones for the stars, and then a big fluffy one for blending in the clouds, and then that's my big dry brush that I will show how to blend all the colors so they don't look too streaky down in the water. And then of course a palette knife for mixing your colors. First up, I'm going to start with my phthalo blue, and I'm going to put this down towards the bottom and on the sides and then on the top. For the middle section, I'm going to be using a lighter blue mixed in with the darker blue and then some of the lighter green shades that I made. So I'm going to be going back and forth between a few different colors here. And then later on you will see the blue getting darker. I added in some black for some contrast, and then I didn't have like a straight color, so I was looking for like an indigo or a navy. So that's why I mixed a little bit of blue and black together. And for right here, I'm just gonna draw a little bit with my paintbrush here, a little outline with some of the darker blue that I made. So we're gonna have two big clouds and they're gonna stretch across the middle portion here. And my top got a little bit too light, so I'm gonna go ahead and use some of my blues and darken it up a bit. And so that was the top and the sides with the brilliant blue, which is pretty close to like an ultramarine, and then the phthalo I used as well. And I'm only going to keep it light in the middle because that's where I'm going to end up putting the moon later on. And after I add some extra blue to the top there, I'm going to skip underneath where the clouds, underneath the clouds there, and I'm going to use a lot more of the greenish shades that I made, only in that middle area. And again, it was just like some blue, white, and green. I think of it as like a little bit of like a seafoam green or a minty green. Those are the colors that I was going for. And this next portion here, we're almost done. I'm going to put some light shadows underneath the clouds, just so they don't look too much like all the same. You don't want it to look like a big blob, so we have to go in with some shading here, just a little bit. And I'm going to use the one paintbrush to put it on, and then use my fluffy one to blend it out. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and then it's almost time for the stars. For the stars, I'm only going to use my white, and I'm like really trying my hardest to barely even touch the canvas, and then you'll see the different like consistency of the paint. Like some are a little bit brighter than others. You can play around and put as many as you want. And then I'm going in with my super teeny tiny brush here, and I'm just going to create almost like a cross shape just for some of the little sparkle there on the stars. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and be sure to subscribe and like the video.